Hello, good evening, welcome. Good evening. My name is Obeng Darko, welcome. Today, I want to talk about something that most people are interested in. Generally, there are a lot of topics that human beings are very much interested in, and marriage is one. You know, sports, entertainment, you know, sex. A lot of people are interested in this. When I was a young man, I always thought that this life is so much complex and difficult. Yet people want to marry and give birth and bring the people into this life to come and suffer the same way. I'm still trying to find an answer to that. And then at the end of it, we are told that some people will go to hell and some people will go to heaven. It's something that I'm trying to understand. So I'm talking about how to choose a marriage partner as an entrepreneur. And hopefully it's something that you get, it's because nobody gets it right anyway. So some of the things, having gone through what I think I've been through, and some of the mistakes, some of the difficulties, if I had the opportunity to look for something, I think that for you to have this thing which is important, I think that most people would dare to marry anyway. Some people will marry one, some will try two, three, four. It's okay. But the lifestyle of the entrepreneur and the kind of person that the entrepreneur will choose to be a partner is so much important. Not only to the success of your business, but to even the quality of life that you get to enjoy. Because the life is so much unpredictable, as somebody who is trying to build a business. It's so much unpredictable, and yet they say that you have to marry. So you pick another person's daughter or another person's son, and you try to fight life with that person. What you're doing, you're not sure. You're not sure. You don't know what is coming the next day, and you have to carry somebody on board. And if you happen to have children too, that's another thing. So if a young man, 10, 15 years, 20 years, you're thinking of business, these are some of the things that I think you should look for. Or if you're a young woman, the superficials that a lot of people are interested in, very beautiful lady, fair, dark, long hair, those things, degree, church, those general things that people are looking for. If you're a business person, I think you should be looking for something beyond that, because you're going to deal with a lot of things that the average lady or the average young man may not put up with. Because the business that you have started, if you're fortunate, it will take you maybe 5 years to be successful. If you're not fortunate, it can take you for the next 10 years. You'll still be struggling with a lot of difficulties, a lot of pain. And somebody who is married to you, whether they like it or not, are going to go through the same challenges with you. You could say that is your business, no problem. But everything that happens to the business, they happen to that woman, that man with you. Whether they are partner or they are not partner, it's irrelevant. If somebody is cheating you at the business side, when you come home, you cannot keep quiet. By all means, you come and pour out all the frustrations to that woman. And so, some of the things that I think you should look out for, because you're trying to build a family and you're trying to build a business, and you want to succeed at both, and it's not that simple. If somebody is employed and the two are employed somewhere and they have a marriage, is entirely different from when you say you have a business or an entrepreneur and maybe your wife is working somewhere, or even if she's also a business person, then there is double trouble. So what I think some of the things that you may have to look at for, which may eventually help you, will be the first one. I think you should look for somebody who is not looking at life from a perfect position. What I mean by a perfect position is that there are people who so much, very calculative. At the end of the month, they are waiting for salary and they know that I'm paid 1,000 Ghana. 200 Ghana is for children's school fees. 400 Ghana is for this. 500 Ghana is for this. If you look at somebody's background, the father was something, the mother was this. They have lived very perfect life, collected life, organized life. And you say you are doing business and you are married to such a person. The first few years, it will be difficult because it's not going to be perfect. It's almost always going to be very much unpredictable. And so if you're dating a girl, if you have a girlfriend, and they cannot withstand anything that is not predictable. I don't know how you're going to identify that, but these are general things that you would have to find a way to find your own approach to handling them. If the person is so much, very much, comfortable with organized employment, organized, structured life, they don't want any difficulty. It will be very difficult for you to build a very successful, happy marriage with somebody like that, from the way I see it. Because then they will be always be in panic because what you are doing is not working. Because the thing is that if it's a business, it's not the contract business. I'm talking of building a business, building a product, innovating on something, taking an idea, developing it and taking it to the market, or developing a process and taking something original that you're developing into business. No connection, no label, nothing. Somewhere you are just building something and with credibility. That kind of business that people do, it takes a while. You may not even have started a lot with whatever capital that you had. You just had vim, you just had confidence, you just had, what everybody had, which is courage to dare to try something. And you say that you want to marry. You're looking for somebody who is not so much interested in a perfect life. If somebody is that clean, perfect, collected, they have structured, they don't want surprises, it will be difficult. It will be difficult. I'm not saying it cannot be done, but it will be difficult. So you need somebody who will be able, who have some allowance, some tolerance level of pain, some allowance of errors. Somebody who will be able to say that maybe the salary will not come. How do we engineer the rest of the month? Somebody from that kind of background. And usually, if the man or the woman is coming from a family where one of the parents was like that, I think they will have a better approach to understand, a better position to understand the lifestyle of somebody who builds a business. They may have a better approach. If they are coming from very employee background, it will be difficult for you. They may not even welcome you anyway. They may say that, who is your boyfriend? You say that boy, what does he do? Say that he wants to build a business. He say, no. He has to go and find a job. When he finds a job, then he can come. Because they will not entertain you. So if the family is a family who have tried something, there is a better chance. Because I think that marriages are built not by magic. There are a lot of things that inform the background of the people who are able to build marriages and maybe run businesses. And I think a lot of things are predictable in this life. If you look at what prepared people, you can understand the strength or the load that they can take. It's not that you are just hoping and praying that the marriage will work. Whatever capacity, whatever development, whatever maturity that both of you are coming into the marriage with will have a direct effect on the kind of quality of marriage that you. And you are a business person, you are an entrepreneur. You say that you're looking for somebody who in the future, because I don't think that marriage is just for love, things like that. I think that marriage is for a purpose. And usually, if one person can do two, if you come together, maybe you can do 10,000 or 20. You can do a lot when you find to connect with somebody who you think has what you're looking for. It's not just to partner with somebody and just keep it. No, I think that there's more to picking somebody, becoming a life partner. It's not just smart, kiss, and romantic. No, it's more of serious business. And so the kind of person that you pick will have a direct bearing on your business. That's why most often you see that most of these top business people, they have struggled to keep a lot of marriages together. A lot of them are players anyway, because it's tough. It's heat. Dealing with ideas, dealing with business is heat. And wherever there's heat, people's emotions can go off. And If it goes off, can that woman handle that? Can that man handle that? So don't look for somebody who has a perfect sense of life, who doesn't want surprises. It may hurt you. It's better you don't marry that girlfriend who is looking for that if you're thinking of business, or even if you're started with that. And of course, you will see it. If you're dating a girl and you say you are thinking of business, anytime they come, you're thinking of one product or the other, one system or the other. You're meeting somebody to discuss with. If they are not into that, you see it. You see that this guy is always thinking of this thing. Why? Can't we have time to go and watch movie or talk about romance and things like that? Then you know that this one, you don't have to put yourself into that. You may have to do a lot because it don't work. There are people who don't want struggle. They don't want struggle at all. They don't want struggle in life. They don't want to struggle. It's a perfect thing. I think a woman should not struggle. But if they happen to marry somebody like me, coming from the background where there's no money from any, there's not like a father give you 1 million or 2 million or 3 million to say go and try if the business will work. You just want to do something. It means that there will be some form of struggles at the initial stage. And so the partner must accept that there's going to be, they call it sinusoidal. There are going to be some waves. It goes up and down, goes up and down, goes up and down like that, because that's how it takes. That's the lifestyle of somebody who builds a business. So you're looking for somebody like that. Don't just look for if they don't want struggle, don't look for them. Unless you don't want to think of business. If you're thinking of business, if you're thinking of building a business, you are looking for somebody. I'm not saying that you should welcome struggle, but it's part of the journey. So if the person cannot tolerate that, you may have to think twice. You may have to think twice. And I don't think that you should leave your dream to go and marry. If it's a dream, something that you have, I think the marriage should support the dream. I don't think that you should leave your dream of building a business if it's something that is so much dear to you to go and look for a woman to marry, because she will never be happy. That which gives a man happy, which gets a man happy, is not a woman. It's his desire to fight, to achieve. So you must have something that he's fighting to achieve. And that business you want to build. So if the woman is against that, there will not be happiness in that marriage. There will not be happiness in that marriage. So look for somebody who can endure long term. So looking at, okay, this thing that we are involved in, this thing that he is involved in, this thing that she is involved in, maybe it will take a while for it to make sense. So we are going to give ourselves time. Maybe 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years before it starts to make sense. Then we are going to cut our lifestyle to follow that. Maybe we may have to live in a single room. Maybe we may have to send our children to that bad school. Maybe we may have to just cut our clothes. Maybe we may have to use that old car for a while. Maybe we may have to save money like that. Maybe we cannot go to holiday at Damango or at Takoradi or the popular ones that people go Dubai or America. Maybe we may not be able to do that because we have an agenda. You're looking for somebody who can think like that, who has that. If you want to be a business person, if you're an entrepreneur, you cannot just go and choose like anybody else. You see, every profession and the kind of people that those professionals can marry and keep the marriage, be happy, and still be professionally successful. There are skills, there are things that the partners must have. Not every marriage that you see is happy, or not many people you see married are very happy and successful and jubilant about the fact that they are married. A lot of them are just keeping the status quo because society. But you want something which is vibrant, something which is successful, something which is you don't regret it. You are not regretting it. And I think that mainly part of it is the kind of person that you choose, the quality, the maturity, the skill, the disposition, their worldview, what they are looking for. So if you look at somebody who can have that long-term thinking, you talk to them, you see. You see, if you date 1, 2, 3 years, you will see. When we were trying, I don't think we knew anything, just. But then you could see that this one had that desire to enjoy. You could see it. She was not competing with a lot of girls. She was not defining herself. She had an independent mind. She could question and she could be, she could define or defend her disposition. She was not disturbed about what somebody else was wearing, or somebody else thought. She could just make decisions and stick with it. That is the kind of woman that you can marry as an entrepreneur. If she is picking everywhere and asking everybody what they think about what, they may not be good for you as an entrepreneur. Because you need somebody because there are a lot of things that people are going to laugh at you in the beginning. Maybe the family, maybe the friends, maybe the classmates, even yourself. There are a lot of things that you may not be sure. And so you need somebody, a man or a woman, who is that independent in thinking, thoughtful. If you want to build a business, you can't just pick anybody and think that the business you'll be able to build a business. No. You will lose the marriage or you lose the business. One of them will go. Or you'll be average all throughout. And so if you're a young man, if you're a young woman, and you're thinking of, okay, I want to marry, because in our country, everybody wants to marry. And maybe it's good, I don't know. But there are things that you must look for. You don't just say that I'm 24, I have to marry. My pastor is telling me I have to marry. There are things that you must look for. There are things that you must look for. And so you look for somebody who has that long-term view. They want to go the long term with you. You have to see that. And somebody who will be able to, you look at that, so there should be some level of roughness and some level of I don't care kind of attitude in that person. There should be that. If he's an entrepreneur, there should be that. They are not so much disturbed about what everybody is thinking. There should be that. Because they are going to introduce you. Oh, my boyfriend, what does he do? Oh, he started a business. He's a business person. He's an entrepreneur. He started something with his friends, or he has started something and he's working on it. Would he be confident and proud to tell somebody like that, or you be shy? So, oh, is he looking for a job somewhere? It is tough these days, and we are praying that God will give him a job. No, you're looking for somebody who can see the long term and make the right sacrifices. It is a marriage that you're looking for. And the other thing is that you're looking for somebody who is emotionally stable. Why? Because the business person, the entrepreneur, deals with a lot of pressure. Emotions are very high almost every time. Today, the next minute you're very happy. The next minute you hear something and you want to solve issues. And so, if you don't have somebody who is that much stable and who can study and understand the kind of person that she or he is thinking of marrying or has married, this guy is crazy. So he can say this and he may not even mean it. Looking for somebody who's stable and who will be confident and who will not just go and be crying, because she cannot even predict how you're behaving. Because there are, people who are in business, they're volatile. They're dealing with so many things emotionally. They're putting a lot of things through their mind. They're volatile. And so the other person should be stable, should be strong, and should be able to withstand all the foolishness that you come up with. So you look for that. If the person is brittle, if the person is weak, if the person is frail and fragile, let them go and marry a prince, not you. You are a hustler. You are going to struggle. Let them go and meet a perfect politician son somewhere. Everything is organized and collected. They have a house, they have a car, they have a lot of money. Everything is perfect. Let that person who thinks like that go there. Don't go and put yourself and somebody's daughter in trouble. If you want to build a business and you're coming from this kind of background, don't put another beautiful girl in trouble. Let them go and look for Mr. Perfect. But if you are looking for somebody that you can build business, marry, build a family, and still keep building your business and be together and be happy and grow together, you are looking for somebody who has that emotional stability. Look for that. It means that they don't just flare like that, like you will flare. They are stable. When you are angry, you see that they just look at you. When you have come down, they come down. And somebody who should be very much disciplined in terms of finances. They should have the discipline. Because at the initial stage, you have to have the discipline to manage the little that you have. And if the other girl or the woman that you are thinking, or the one that you married, is using the little money there for the nails, for the makeup, for the weave on, for the nice clothes every day, there'll be trouble. There'll be trouble. There'll be trouble because then you will not have enough. So finance, the ability of the other partner that you're looking for. Let's say I'm a man. So if I'm a young man and I'm thinking of marrying, I'm into business, or I'm thinking of as an entrepreneur, the wife must come with that skill. It's important because she's going to be your number one financial advisor, at least from the beginning. She'll be telling you, let's keep this, let's hold on with this, let's let this go. Be careful where this money is going. If this one goes and it doesn't come back, there'll be trouble. Don't pay this guy. Hold on to this. Let's see what we can do with this. That financial skill must come. You should see that. And when you're dating them, you will see that this one is skilled. You can see how they handle. If you don't get that, and you get the other ones, you know that you're going to face trouble. And so your friend who is an entrepreneur, who married a girl, or who married a woman, or who married a man who does not have discipline financially, you see that there's fire in the house all the time. There's no happiness. Because the thing is that the person did not look for somebody who had that financial discipline. So they're always looking for, they get one small money, they want to buy a new car. They get one small money, they want to go and buy new clothes. They want to move the children to the next school. They want to do this, they want to show off. They want to let people know that they are very successful, they have reached somewhere. Because that discipline is not there. You need it in a partner, or the business will not be built, or there will not be happiness in the marriage. There will be fight. There will be fight. There will be fight all the time. There will be disagreement all the time. People will be frustrated. People will be pained. You know, because don't forget, it's two people, two separate, independent people trying to come together. There's constant pressure. And once they told us in school that if the friction is high, you need some lubricants. And part of the lubricant is the knowledge, is the skill, it's the understanding of the people. So if it's weak, the pressure will just continue, and then there'll be split, there'll be break. There'll be break. So my name is Kwabena Darko. I'm talking about how to choose a marriage partner as an entrepreneur. How to choose a marriage partner as an entrepreneur. The entrepreneurship journey is crazy, it's mad, it's unconventional, nobody predicts it, and many people have not experienced it. 95% of the people have not experienced it, especially those who are trying to build a business, proper business, register the business, open a bank account, try to grow it, employ somebody. Many people have not come close to it. And if you're a young man and you're thinking like that, it means that the kind of woman that you're trying to marry, it's likely that she's not met somebody who's thinking of building a business. She's not. It's likely that his uncle or his mother or his father didn't do that. They were employed somewhere. And so you, the kind of person that you have to look for, there are things that you must have. There are things, you may not have everything, but maybe if you get 30%, if you get 40%, and you try to build the rest, you must have some level of foundation. They must come with something, then from there you can grow together. If they come with the otherwise, I can tell you that it will not work. One will leave you. You see that the marriage will leave you, or the business will leave you. And if you see, you don't have to do it frustrated. There is enough trouble. There are enough problems in life. There are enough challenges in life. In entrepreneurship, nothing comes close to it in terms of trouble and problems. Nothing comes close to a business person and what business people and what they go through every day, especially when you just began. There's so many difficulties, so many struggles. And if you then make a mistake and you are pushed into debt, there's constant trouble there. And so you go to marry somebody which you just chose because you thought that you're of age, like the way people just marry like that. You're of age, and so you just met a beautiful girl, you like her, she's nice, she's nice, and you just want to marry her. People like that, people think that marriage is, you just pick anybody and you marry. No, you don't just pick anybody to marry. You have to look at what they're coming with, especially if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business person. You have to look at that because it must be an asset, not a liability. The marriage must be an asset. The marriage must be something that is pushing you, that is making you better. It must not be a hindrance to where you want to go. And yet, if you don't do it well, it will become a hindrance. It will destroy instead of improving. Okay, and some people have delayed in life just because of the kind of person that they chose to marry. And if you're a business person, then you have to look well. You have to look well. So if you're a young woman, you're looking for somebody to marry and you're thinking of a business, don't just go and choose anybody. I don't know. Or don't just accept anybody and hope and pray that it will work, because in our country, everything we hope and pray that they will work. There are a lot of things that you don't have to hope and pray. The indicators are there. People, if the person is 20 years, there are things that they have learned. There are things that they stand for. There are skills that they have developed. There is some maturity that they have. You must look for those indicators. You don't just pick anything and hope that it will work out. It doesn't work out like that. They should come with something. You should come with something, and then you grow it, you develop it. It does not just happen like that. And so if your friend who is working at the bank, is looking for to marry any girl, that's okay, because that's all that everybody knows. Once they take that boy to the house, why does it work? It works with the Stanbic Bank. Everybody knows the Stanbic Bank is the branch manager. It's perfect. The father understands that he's a gentleman. He goes there with some nice suit and tie. Every month, everybody knows that he's coming with salary. No problem at all. The wedding is fantastic. Everybody is happy. Now you say you are not the Stanbic Bank manager. You say that you're a businessman. And your business does not even bring revenue. And they take you to the father. He ask you, so what do you do? The confidence to say that I'm building business. You be confident when it's successful. And when it's successful, because of the pressure that you have endured, you may not feel like it is even successful. Because every bit of the story is in you. You have memory of all the things that you have endured. So somebody can say somewhere and say that, this guy is trying to do well, But you know that that's not where you want to go. So when they take you to the father, you still don't feel like you're still thinking, is it working? Is it going to work? Are we somewhere? What have you endured? You still have problems that you're solving, because every business has problems anyway. Every businessman has a problem that they've been dealing with and they're solving. So the kind of person that you have to be, the kind of person that you have to choose to become your partner is different. You can't just choose anything. You cannot just choose because she's pretty. She's nice, she's slim, dark, very pretty. You can't just choose like that. You have to look for things. And part of it is that you are not looking for a lady or a young man, who is looking for a perfect life. I talk about fantastic, clean life. Everything is organized. You cannot take trotro. Must have Land Cruiser. No, not the one that I understand. If you are picking to build it from the beginning, not that kind of person. So the lady that you're dating, take them through the business that you're doing. Just look at their reaction. Look, are they proud of it? When they come, they're hiding. They tell their friends that no. They tell me, where does your boyfriend work? He say, he's, they're just trying to paint a different picture. It's not it. She's not that one. If you look at she's that one, she's proud. She's very energetic. She's making calls. She's telling people this is what we are doing. This is what the guy is doing. This is what he's bringing connections. He's telling people he's proud of it. He's supporting you everywhere. The energy is infectious. That is a character. He's proud. Every little thing that you do, very appreciative. She's your number one fan. It's clapping for you. So this is fantastic. Let's go and try it another way. And when you go out and it didn't work, when you come, it's like, yes, it doesn't matter. Let's try again. If it's the one who is that much negative, but we saw it. Everybody knows that it won't work. You are the only one who believes that it will work. You have to look at that. Let's go and find a job. This entrepreneurship, this business thing, it doesn't work. You have problem like that. You have problem. It means that she doesn't have that, because this is not going to be the first stage. Thousands of challenges that you are going to deal with, and that person should come with that kind of personality. He's very much optimistic, and ready to know that you're going to win. You have to have that, and they have to have the endurance. They have to have the fact that they have to also believe that you have some kind of ingenuity. She must see, or he must see in the lady who's a business person, or the man who's a business person. You must see that you come with something, and that is so special that it will make the business work. So you like, they're fascinated in a way about the way you are trying to do things. So they believe that yes, it will just take time, but it will work, and you have that kind of personality to make this thing work. They are not, when they meet you or when you are talking with them, you see that they highlight your strength. That lady, that man highlights your strength. She's pushing. The person is pushing you to become better, to try again, to go for it. That is the kind of person that you're looking for. If it's the one that is always deflating you, then you need to be careful. Don't make mistake. It will be tough, because you're going to make them anyway. You're going to make them. So you need somebody who have that kind of personality. Because if it's a marriage, you don't want it to break. And the marriage of the business person and the marriage of the other person who's no business is not the same. Because they can count on monthly salary. We are not sure. We are not sure. If you don't go, nothing comes. And so the pressure at your home, the home of the entrepreneur is so much different from the pressure at the home of the one who is waiting for salary. Even if it's not enough, at least you will be certain that maybe 200 Ghana will come every month. You don't know. If you don't go and push and fight, nothing will come. And everybody that you're working with, their mistakes are your mistakes. Now you are going to grow to develop the business idea, develop your ability to handle the people. The financial mistakes will glare, will look at you, they come. All the decisions that you have made, a lot of them will come back and hit you and eat you, come with debt, come with problems. You have to have somebody with that kind of strength. So the good thing about it is that when the business starts to work, when the business starts to make sense, when things start to fall in place, the other people who were rushing and they were doing things within 4 years, 5 years, when it starts to work here, you will do a lot of things within the shortest possible time, because then you would have paid your dues. When the business starts to explode, see, the business, once the person is married to you, or when the person is your girlfriend, or you are going to marry, it's no more only for you. Even if they don't work in the business, they're part, like it or not. When you don't have lorry fare, they will give you money to go. When you don't have credit, they will give you 2 cedi, 3 cedi, 5 cedi. It's for you. So the asset, the rewards, the benefit is for the two of you. And the problems to be shared like that. So you want somebody who is selfless. You want somebody who is selfless, who wants to share their time, their resources, their intellect. When they see something going wrong, they should be able to tell you that, listen, this thing cannot work. You're not looking for the one who is always looking for film to watch or for women crying, or the one who is watching football all the time. And the wife is thinking of the business idea and where it's going and she's cracking, and he doesn't care about it at all. No, no, because it has direct bearing on the peace at home. If the business is failing and the man comes home, he's not thinking of the marriage, he's thinking of how to save the business. Don't forget that. If the business is successful and if he's making progress, he's a happy man. If he's failing, he's not happy. He's under pressure. He can go into depression. Because until what he has put all his life in is working, it's not himself. So you're looking for a woman who can understand that. Not every woman can understand that. Some women will just be using those mistakes to insult you every day. And be telling you that you can't do this. It's not for you. You don't have what it takes. You need the one who will tell you that this is it. Let's turn this around. It can work if you do it this way. If you push further, you'll get results. Let's change the strategy. Let's save more money. Let's plan more. Let's do this way. Because it's business. And the entrepreneur's lifestyle is entirely different from everybody else. What it takes to marry a policeman is different from what it takes to marry a doctor. And what it takes to marry a teacher, it's different from what it takes to marry a carpenter or a mason or a driver, a truck driver, the articulator driver. What it takes to marry him, because he's on the road all the time, it's different from what it takes to marry another person with different professional trade. So the same, what it takes to marry an entrepreneur is different. So you must know the kind of person that you're looking, because this is the kind of profession that you have taken. You must look for it. You must look for somebody who's not looking for a perfect life. You must look for somebody who is ready for, to go through some struggles. You're not looking for struggle-free life. No. You're not looking for that kind of person. You're looking for somebody who can have long-term view, can sacrifice today. Somebody who is emotionally stable. They can enjoy. And somebody who is not going to compare so much with others. A friend has bought a car. You have to go and buy another car. You're looking for somebody who will see the good things, the efforts, and be thankful and encourage you to keep on pushing. Somebody who has some little appreciation of finance, some financial discipline. They have patience. They are not wasteful. You're looking for that because you need all those. Their ability is as equally important and relevant to you succeeding as a business person as your ability as well. The ideas that they are going to share, the person is going to share with you every day, is equally important as the one that you are generating yourself. Because you're sharing those ideas all the time. You're coming up with those all the time. So if the person does not want those things, the way I look at it, it will be difficult. Maybe if it's your second, third, fourth business, maybe it's okay. But if it's your first business, it will be difficult for you to have a wife who's not interested in any of this, and they live like your life is perfect. You cannot build a business like that, because it takes a lot of discipline, a lot of endurance, a lot of selflessness, a lot of sacrifice. It will take a lot of pain. There will be a lot of things that you have to deal with for the business to work. And so being married to somebody who says that he's an entrepreneur is entirely different from the others. So there are qualities. So if you're a young guy, nowadays when you go to some of these weddings, you see the boys are dancing, it's okay. But if you want to build a business, there are things that you must have. And one of it is a very good partner who comes with that. You must have and look for. It's not just, you're not just looking at the nose and the eyes and the height and the color and the English or the Fanti or the P that they speak or the Ga or the Yahweh that they speak. You're not just looking at that. You're not just looking for your village girl or your tribe girl. No, you're not just looking at that. You're looking for qualities. And if you find those qualities, if you find somebody who exhibits a bit of it, it's enough to look at building something with it. You cannot blame somebody if it doesn't work, because that is your choice. You chose it. Don't forget, people don't change like that. So whatever they are coming with is going to grow. So if they're coming with asset, if they're coming with things that will help you, it's likely that they'll grow. Then if they're coming things that you think that you will change, it's not likely that you can change them. They're going to grow, going to entrench those. So you must have, at least you must look at those little things that are very much important. There's a lot that my wife, for instance, has brought on board. There are a lot of things that if I had listened to her from the beginning, there are a lot of mistakes that I would have just stopped them. Because she came with a lot. She came with a lot of discipline. She came with a lot of financial intelligence, financial skill. She came with a lot of endurance. She's not the kind who you have to change a lot of things, all this. She doesn't come with that. So that helped us to be so much focused on all the things that we were trying to build, and that was an advantage. If there had been another person, I'm sure that maybe it would not work, because it takes a lot of things that you cannot predict. It takes a lot of things that you cannot predict. So, my name is Obeng Darko. So look for endurance, look for discipline, look for somebody who's not comparing themselves with everybody. Look for somebody who believes in you. Look for somebody who thinks that what you're doing will work. Somebody who is happy to be with you. Somebody who thinks that this path that you have taken as entrepreneur will make sense. And usually look for somebody maybe whose background shows similar things like that. I think it's an advantage because people really play what they saw growing up. People play that. So if he's coming from a perfect home, it would be a bad choice for him. I don't know. It's an assumption. But if he's coming from a background where the father, the mother, or somebody was, doing some of this trading and business and things like that, they are close to it. They understand a bit of it. They can appreciate when things don't work as planned because they may have seen the mother, they may have seen the father, they may have even tried themselves. And sometimes look for somebody who themselves, when growing, were doing things like that themselves. They are also tough. They also tried a lot themselves. They were selling this, they were pushing here, they were going here, they are trying to make something out of their own lives. They are industrious themselves, they are ambitious themselves, they are resourceful themselves. They are not relaxed, they're not looking for the best match, they're not looking for perfect career. They're just ready to do anything anyhow. Sometimes they have degrees, but they are ready to go and do anything. They are ready to go anywhere and to sell something. That is the kind of character that you are looking for. Because in that case, they come with the tools that you also need. And the two of you can then change any situation. The two of you can change any situation. So you are not looking for the one who tell you, I have a degree. Cannot go and do this. If he has to do the cleaning, you are doing it. If we have to go to the market to do something, because those are the resourcefulness that you need, the skills that you need from the beginning to make sure that the business will work. But if you go and marry El Rabah or Krachi, who's telling you that, when you are moving and moving everywhere, is there at the hall, or check it out, or check the graphic, check football, and you are going everywhere because he can relate to it. He's not resourceful. He tells you that, no, I'm just a teacher. It will frustrate you if you want to build a business. It will frustrate you. I'm not saying that it cannot be done. It can be done, but it will be frustrating. To pain you, you complain a lot, and it can also drag your growth. But if the other person was that much resourceful, the other person was that much supporting, then the two of you can do magic. The two of you can do magic. Can do magic. Yeah, can do magic. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you.